Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. After all the years of being in school, it's very uncomfortable to be up here in front of so many teachers. You know, this is different. But I'm Senator Dave Marsden, and I am the chairman of the Commission on Civic Education here in the Commonwealth, who has put this summit on now for a number of years. And this is our final year of being approved, so I have to get it redone in the Senate this year to get this on in perpetuity, and making sure that we can always have this teacher summit for those of you who are engaged in civic education, which is such an important thing. And what a textbook class in civic education is going on nationally right now with the impeachment process and the potential of a trial in the Senate, which according to the information I have, is that far too many people in the United States think that it will be presided over by Chief Justice Judy, who is who many people believe is the top legal authority in America. So your task is a tough one, and we so appreciate you being here. And before I introduce our first guest, I just wanted to say a few things. First, I want to thank what we call the working group. And when you take over as chairman of a commission, usually there's people who are actually there, who are passionate about the issue and who make your life easy because they get the work done. And I'd like to thank all of them, starting with my good friend, and I was his former campaign manager back in the day, former delegate Jim Dillard, former chair of the Education Committee and the driving force behind civic education in Virginia. Bob Gibson. Bob, are you here? Bob in the back with UVA and just a passionate individual about civic education. Alice Riley. Alice, you here? Alice is in the back. Thank you very much, Alice. And we have Mike Wilderson. Mike, where are you there? Mike's in the back, also part of the working group. And Jen Howell. Jen, you in the room here right now? Okay.
She may be outside.
Okay, she may be outside. That's good. One of the goals, just real quickly before we get on with the program, is that this is where we train the next generation to have the continuing argument about the American democracy, what it means, what our dreams are for our country, and we see that very, very differently as we go forward. There are people obviously in a very polarized political environment. There are people that look at civics, that look at our government, the way it's set up, and who ought to do what in very, very different ways. And so we need to prepare people not for giving them all the information, but preparing them for the ongoing argument that we've had since 1776 as to what is America, what does it mean, what is the dream of the United States. And that can be looked at in many, many different ways. But we just need to prepare our kids for that argument, whether they grow up to be Republicans or Democrats or Libertarians or anarchists, whatever they're going to be, we need to prepare them, for that day. One of the things that my goal next year, if when we get reauthorized, is to plan for to have a sleepover at the Capitol for kids and their parents. I went to one at the archives with my grandson. It was the neatest thing. You come in with your sleeping bags, you check it in. There's speakers, there's scavenger hunts, there's information that they give you, there's a movie. The archivist comes in and fixes breakfast for the kids. What a great experience to spend the night sleeping around the Howden statue of George Washington, or if you choose, downstairs around the statue of Thomas Jefferson. And then having the governor come in for breakfast in the morning, or the attorney general, or the lieutenant governor, whoever. I'm having a hard sell making sure with all that's going on in the Capitol right now with our new General Assembly building, but I'm going to continue to work on Susan Shar, our clerk, and Paul Nardo, the clerk in the House of Delegates, to start making that happen so the kids have an experience. A foundational experience. We have kids come in every year, as you may know, into the PAGE program in the House and the Senate. I wish we could increase that by 1,000 to have kids come in. It is a life-changing experience for those kids. And while we can't do that for everybody, we can start giving them the experience of doing that at the Capitol or down here regionally in the Jamestown, Williamsburg, Yorktown area, or perhaps in Charlottesville around Monticello, or somewhere in Southwest Virginia at some other historic site where we start bringing kids together and starting to train them for the argument they're going to be having the rest of their lives about what is America, what does it mean, where are we going, and how are we going to get there. And so thank you all so much for coming here today.